In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and label a section view. So I have my floor plan level one view or floor view, if yours is relabeled. And you'll notice that my door looks like, oh, it looks like it's swinging out now compared to other videos, perhaps. Well, just make sure your door does swing out. You can change it so it swings out. If it swings in, you lose a lot of space inside the closet. So we're going to have it swing out. And now I'm going to go over here to annotate and, oops, sorry, view, then section, and I'm going to click from outside to inside. Now, everything in this dotted line is what I get a cross section of. Well, I don't need that little room, so I'm going to pull it. So I'm just getting this little wall section here between this dotted line and this straight line. Now, if I go down here to sections, you'll see that I have a new section here called section one, and that opens this up. So now I can increase my view if I want, but I really only need to see this left half of the building. And this is where we're going to label. So in order to see a little bit more, I'm going to go to detail level and change it to fine. Now I can see all the lines in here. I can see my ceiling, my floor, my wall, my roof. Even though this looks like rafters, this is in fact going to be trusses. I know that it does say rafter. Some of your labels may say that, but that's okay. These are supposed to be trusses. So we're going to label them as trusses. So at this point, you're going to have to check your rubric to see what the labels are supposed to be. But we do also need to add one other thing. So we're going to go to annotate, and we need to add insulation in the walls. So I'm going to zoom in here, go to the center. I'm going to add some insulation all the way to the bottom. And you need to add insulation in the ceiling. So we're going to add some insulation into the ceiling. And it doesn't matter how far I go, just as long as I'm outside of this image. Now I'm going to click modify because it looks like my insulation is offset. So I'm going to click on the insulation. There we go. And I'm going to use my right arrow key and just kind of drive it over, move this one, push this one. If I can click it, sometimes it doesn't want to click. There we go. And move that up a little bit. There we go. Now it's sort of centered. It's on top of the ceiling drywall here, and it's in between the wall right where these studs would be. So you can use arrow keys as a really convenient way to do that, but you're going to have insulation in the ceiling and in the wall. Next, we need to add labels. So we're going to label all the different components that make up our ceiling as they're shown in the rubric. So in order to be able to actually see the labels, we need to change our scale. So instead of 1 inch to a foot or an eighth inch to a foot, which is here, we're going to go a half inch to a foot. And that way all the text gets a little bit smaller. So then when we click on text and we choose our first item, which if I look at my rubric, and I'm going to pull that up over here, the rubric says that I need to have asphalt shingles. That's the first layer. So I go over here and I'm going to type in asphalt shingles, and then I'm going to click outside of that. Now, if I just click modify and then I click my text one more time, you can see that I have a plus in here. So again, you got to click modify to get out of the text, and then you click the text one more time. We want to add a leader on the right side. Now we have a little arc. Now I can place it on the actual asphalt shingles. So what is the next thing I need to do? Plywood roof sheathing. So I'm going to just highlight this, Control C to copy it, and I'm going to make this a little bit easier on myself. So I'm going to show you a trick with this. If you hold down control and you click on the crosshairs and then you drag it down, it duplicates it. And now I can double click or highlight all that, and I can control V to paste, and it puts the text in. So that is a way that you can very, very quickly label all of your items. So I have asphalt shingles, plywood roof sheathing. The next one is going to be 2x4 trusses, 16-inch on center. So I'd copy that. Bad insulation between ceiling. So the 2x4 trusses, that's these members here. This is all part of your trusses that you have. And the bad insulation between the trusses is right here. That's the stuff that's in your ceiling. So again, if you click on the object or the text box, you can hit control and hold control down. I can click and drag this, and then I can go and I can copy my text right here, copy this, and click and highlight all that, paste it in. It should go fairly quickly for you. Then all you have to do is just re-drag that in there. So go ahead and finish up with all the different items that are in this list. And at that point, you are done with this section view.